It was so good. All right, we are going to go on and talk about something probably that's not the most pleasant subject to talk about, especially since we're also talking about eating, but it is something that's natural and that happens to us all. We're going to talk about our most famous, #1 best-selling ultrasonic electromagnetic pest repellers. If you've tried these, give us a call. I would absolutely love hearing from you. You're going to get the 2-pack at $38.45. We've got 3 great colors that we're going to be offering to you. We have them available for you in our gray choice, which you're going to see to my right. In the center, we actually have them in taupe, and then we have them available for you in the white. What do? They make the environment so uncomfortable. And guys, if we have that video, Dave, let's show it. Because it emits waves through the walls in your home. And it makes that environment so uncomfortable that it is designed to deter pests both behind and beside the pest repellers. And with the ultrasonic technology built into the inside of this, it will emit a sound that is so annoying to pests that they scatter and that they leave your home. We don't keep these in stock. As a matter of fact, you're gonna meet Lou Caputo now, who is our guest expert and our solutionist. Lou, we chatted about this. We haven't seen the ultrasonic pest repellents in a long time. Since we've launched this offer of the ultrasonic and the electromagnetic, which is a more advanced kind of technology in the pest repellers, our phone lines have been busy, right? It is time for us to be able to do it without chemicals, without sprays, Lou, without hiring a pest control company to come out every couple of months and sign a contract to spray your home. Here's a way for you to be able to do it in a natural way, and I can tell you that they work. If you've tried them, call us, but Lou, let's get right into it.
Absolutely. Well, these are the humane way to rid yourself of those, pests that really bother you. The rats, the mice, the ants, the roaches, and the spiders. Those are the 5 things that these have been tested and found to be effective against repelling those. But I call these, Marlo, the 1-2 punch, because they've got the ultrasonic feature that we've seen before in our pest repellers, and we know that those work within the environs of the house, okay? The ultrasonic sound waves, which PS we can't hear. You won't hear them, your kids won't hear them, your pets won't hear them, but the rats, the mice, the ants, the roaches, the spiders, they hear them. Those sound waves come out, they'll bounce off of any solid surface in a room. So that means walls and doors and that sort of thing. Now, if you think about that, if the pests leave that room, they could still go into your walls. And the reason is because the sound from the ultrasonic is getting blocked by the walls. It's getting muffled. So that's been an issue, okay? But now we've added the electromagnetic feature to this. Now that electromagnetic pulse that comes out of this uses the wiring that's already in your walls to put this force through it that's going to be discomforting to the pests that are in there, okay? It's gonna, make their nervous system feel strange. So they're gonna wanna leave. That's how it works right there. You can see that electromagnetic pulse going through the walls. So now you've got coverage in the house, you've got coverage in the walls. We're not using poisons, we're not using traps. There's nothing you have to do, Marlo, except plug these in. And one thing I should mention, you just need one of these per floor for the electromagnetic portion of this. So it will go through all the walls there. If you already have some of our ultrasonic pest repellers, these are a great complement to those as well. And you're getting 2 of these, so you got one for the upstairs, one for the downstairs, and one of the 2 that you're getting even has an extra outlet on the side, Marlo, so you're not even losing the use of that.
Absolutely. I want to show that example, which is great, right? Because we want to be able to charge our cell phones and plug in our lamps and that sort of thing. By the way, the white is the most popular. This is the most advanced design. You can see, if you've watched our show for any period of time, you can see that these are almost palm size. So they're even larger than some of the other units, but it's the most advanced that we offer. And we all have those challenges. I was just talking to my neighbor. I was up early walking to my dog, and my neighbor was also walking her dog, and we were just saying, today she was saying she has a problem with ants, and she was asking me if I had a problem with ants. Luckily, I don't have a problem with ants. And she was just telling me this morning that, she has a company that comes out every 3 months and sprays and that sort of thing. I've always been fearful about those chemicals. That's just me personally. I can't speak for everyone else. I love the opportunity of being able to do something natural. I love the opportunity of having a humane way of being able to make the rats and the mice uncomfortable. Okay, and let's talk about that for a moment, Lou. Let's talk about rats and let's talk about mice, because I remember when we first launched these at HSN, and the stories that people exchanged, holy moly, about the damage that rats and mice can do to a home. And even if you're putting down like poison, how people have had instances where they'll put the poison down, the rats will eat the poison. There was someone who said that the rat or mice actually ended up going into a sofa, and then they didn't.
I remember that story.
Oh my gosh, and then into the walls, which can be very expensive.
So here's the thing. If you use poisons, okay, first of all, if you use traps, you always know there's going to be a carcass there that you're going to have to dispose of, and that's the job nobody wants, okay?
Gross.
If you use poisons, they don't just like roll over and die in the middle of the floor. They go into your walls, they go into your ceilings, and your sofas, okay? And they decompose there. So you have this amazing aroma, and by that I mean horrible smell, that is going to last for weeks on end. Yeah, with the Bell & Howell pest repellers, they get out of the house. They're gonna go somewhere else. They're not gonna be in there. And what's interesting about this too is that you know, we're taught from an early age that if we have a pest problem, we have to go out and buy poisons, okay? So you'll go out and spend money. You'll go to a big box store and you'll get stuff for ants, and you'll get separate stuff for roaches because, you know, they make different things for the two different creatures, right? Then you get the stuff for the rats and the mice, which is all poisonous, not only to them, but to you, your kids, and your pets, okay? And every time we put this stuff out, it wears off, so we got to put out more. And when we run out of it, Marla, what do? We run to the store and we buy more. And it becomes this vicious cycle where the pests, you know, they'll come back every time this stuff wears off. If you have the Bell & Howell pest repellers, you can take care of ants, you can take care of roaches, you can take care of rats and mice, and spiders. And we have nothing on this table for spiders. I asked my pest control guy that I used to have years ago, what can I do about spiders? Because we had a bunch of them in our house, in our garage. And he said, well, you can either go out there with a rolled up newspaper, or you can tent the house. It's up to you. What do you want to do? You know, now that I've had the Bell & Howell pest repellers in there, I don't see the spiders anymore.
Yeah.
I don't see the roaches. I don't see ants. I don't see any. And we live in Florida, okay, folks? It's not that we're dirty people down here, okay? It's wild kingdom. You walk outside of your door, the roaches fly here in Florida, okay? We call them palmetto bugs. They're everywhere.
And they're huge.
Your Bell & Howell pest repellers are and they're massive. I saw one the other day outside of my house.
Huge.
He was like this big. I mean, they're massive. That's why you need to get these, Marlo, in the house. If folks haven't tried these, you got to give them a go and see what this is about. And remember, even if you have ours, use them for the walls inside as well.
All right, I'm gonna say do it now though, because from what I understand, the past couple of shows, these have been flying out of here. Like busy, people, we're busy on our phone lines for these. People have been buying them. It's a great time of year to do it. It's very economical. You're looking at $13 if you're using any major credit card or debit card. Luckily, we have all three colors in stock. I can tell you that is gonna change quickly. The white is the most popular. I personally like the white. I've purchased the white before because the outlets in my home are in white. The taupe I think is really beautiful. By the way, they look like night lights. When people see these, no one will know it's a pest repeller. They'll just think you've got a fancy night light, which is wonderful. And then you also have the gray. It is a 2-pack that you're getting. And as Lou mentioned, even if you have our traditional ultrasonic units in your home, add these to it. It's only gonna make it more impactful. And think about what we're talking about. If you're just joining us, we are talking about the real deal, the way to repel rats, mice, ants, roaches, and spiders. Those are all the big ones that are there. And if you have a moment, please call the show. Because I've worked with Lou and I presented these for years. And the stories that you guys have shared with us, Lou, I don't know I know you hear a lot of stories, Lou, but do you remember the woman that called once who had a barn?
Yes. Yes, and she had these out there because she had a rat problem in her barn. And actually, it's funny because once I heard from her, I started hearing from other people that had barns and sheds and other outbuildings where they had power, and they were plugging these in there for the very same, because if you got horses and you got feed outside, you're gonna have a problem with mice and rats, okay? These are gonna help you with that. But you know what, Marla, the thing is, I know there are people out there that they're listening to us say rats, mice, ants, roaches, and spiders, and they think we're just, you know, willy-nilly picking those. The HSN legal department made Bell & Howell go go out and pay for independent third-party laboratory testing on these products, okay? And that testing is crazy expensive, and they make you pay per species that you're testing for, okay? So Bell and Howell said, well, wait a minute, the 5 things most people have problems with are these, and that's why we can definitively say that these are effective at repelling rats, mice, ants, roaches, and spiders from the localized area in which these are working. That's the legal jargon that we have to use. But for those of you that still doubt that, I want to show you something, okay? This is an ultrasonic leak detector. This is actually a device that can hear ultrasonic sound waves, because we can't. This is a microphone in the front of this. They use it to find leaks in gas lines, because it's under pressure and it comes out and makes an ultrasonic sound. The little device on the table here is an electromagnetic field detector. Now, if you look at this, you're going to see the little LED display there, the little digital display, the numbers going up and down every time the LEDs on the pest repeller light up. Marlo, here's the ultrasonic leak detector, or the ultrasonic sound detector, and you can see the little red LED inside of that that's bouncing back and forth. And what that little LED is doing is hearing the sound waves, and when it does, it pegs it. It puts it all the way at the top there. So even though we can't feel the electromagnetic pulse, even though we can't hear the ultrasonic pulse, these 2 scientific instruments are showing you definitively that they're doing what we say. Now, for you at home, the way you're going to know is, Marlo, you're not going to see any more pests. You're not going to step on something in the middle of the night that's going to go crunch. You're not going to find little things in your utensil drawer. These are all stories people have told me. Oh, Marlo, have I ever told you why you shouldn't kill a female German cockroach? Have I told you the story?
I don't think so.
Let me tell you the story now. People think that if they kill cockroaches using poisons, okay, which is what most people do, that the cockroaches die. But when you have a German female cockroach, if she is bearing eggs and she's about to die, she will jettison the eggs and the eggs will still hatch. So you've killed the mother, but you have about 200 angry little baby cockroaches that are now going to be invading your house. So better to repel them, let them go give birth somewhere else, go away.
I would say so.
Get out of my house.
I would say so. That is completely frightening.
Yes.
I will offer you an opportunity to be able to buy them. You see we have a clock up on the screen. We've offered this Bell & Howell brand in the ultrasonic pest repellers. How many years would you say, Lou, that we've been offering these?
Oh my God, Marlo, you know what? I can go back over a decade now. Oh, you mean just ultrasonic pest repellers in general?
Yes, in general.
30 years, maybe?
Wow.
I've been here 33 years, so it's been a real, I remember from the beginning selling something like this. But these particular ones with the electromagnetic, just a couple of years now.
Just a couple of years,
new technology.
So that's why I love these, right? Because we do sometimes offer like an 8-pack or a 6-pack, but those are our ultrasonic general pack, and those work great. This is the upgraded version where you only need 1 per level of your home. So if you've got your main area, your basement, or maybe you've got a 2-story home, you put 1 on each level. You get the set of 2, but as I mentioned to you, we've only been offering this particular configuration just for a couple of days, and every time it's been on the air, it's been popular. Having a pest control problem doesn't necessarily reflect your level of cleanliness in your home, right? I have a place in Georgia, and it's in a very rural area. I'm saying rural, like even it's in the country, and the country people call it country. And so you're out there with all sorts of everything, right? I don't live there full time. I go there maybe 3-4 times a year if I'm lucky, right? I'm not hiring a professional person to come in, a pest control person. Plus I don't want those poisons in my home. This is so perfect. I have this in my home. I always keep one in my garage. For some reason here in Florida, the bugs just like to live inside of our garages. I don't know why, but I'm telling you, give these a try. We give you 30 days to love it or return it. They're under $13 to be able to get them at home. No poisons, no chemicals that you're putting out in your home. It makes that environment in your home that the rats, the mice, the ants, the roaches, and the spiders want to go elsewhere. So it targets that localized area, and they really are an amazing choice. So if you're lucky enough to grab it, do it now. Don't miss it. You only need the set of 2 unless you have a 3-story house or a mansion. Then you may want to buy maybe more than 1 set. But most of us are going to be great with the set of 2. Lou, I know I'm going to see you back coming up in just a little bit. Actually, I'm seeing you next. They rearranged the show. So it looks like so we, in fact, are going to be talking about a great product that we're going to be able to use outside of the home in a matter of moments. But first,